My mother slid a ring box across the dinner table and said my uncle had picked it out himself. I stared at the velvet box like it might bite me. Nobody laughed. Nobody said it was a joke. My father kept eating his pot roast like this was a normal Tuesday. My grandmother reached over and patted my hand, the same hand she used to hold when I was 7 and scared of thunderstorms. I looked at my Uncle Silas across the table. He was smiling the way a man smiles when he already thinks he owns you. He had a napkin tucked into his collar and gravy on his chin, and he said, low enough for just me to hear, that I was going to make a beautiful bride. I pushed back from the table so hard my chair fell over. I ran out the kitchen door, across the porch, into the backyard, my bare feet hitting cold grass, my mind screaming that this could not be real, that my own family could not possibly be doing this to me. I made it as far as the fence before headlights swung into the driveway. Cousins, aunts, neighbors who owed my grandmother favors. Within 90 seconds, I was standing in the middle of my own backyard, surrounded on every side, my family closing in like a net pulled tight. My mother's voice cut through the dark, calm as a Sunday sermon. She told me about the trust. $12 million, sitting in an account with my great-grandfather's name on it, locked behind a clause that said the money stayed in the bloodline through marriage between generations. My grandmother nodded along like this was scripture. My father wouldn't meet my eyes. $12 million, and somewhere along the way, my whole family had decided I was the price of admission. Silas stepped closer. He touched my hair. He said we'd be very happy together. I wanted to be sick right there in the grass, but I didn't run again. I didn't scream. Something cold and clear settled into my chest instead, and I heard myself say, quiet and steady, that I would do it. My mother's shoulders dropped with relief. My grandmother actually smiled. Silas looked like Christmas had come early. I told them I had one condition. I wanted to see the original trust documents, every page, read out loud in front of a judge before I signed anything binding my name to his. My mother hesitated for exactly 1 second before agreeing. She thought I was stalling. She thought a judge in the room would make this feel official, dignified, safer for everyone but me. She had no idea I had been planning this moment for 3 months. Every night after that dinner where Silas first started joking about marrying into the family, I had documents copied, bank statements, recordings, a lawyer on retainer who answered his phone at midnight, and one piece of paper my family never once thought to ask about. Because why would they? Because in their minds, I had no life outside the one they were selling to the highest bidder. 3 weeks before that dinner, I had gotten married, quietly, legally, to someone they had never met, at a courthouse 2 states away, with 2 witnesses who owed me nothing and asked for nothing in return. The judge's office smelled like old paper and burnt coffee. My whole family sat in a row of folding chairs like they were at church. Silas sat closest to me, entitled, smug, already planning the seating chart for our wedding. My mother had the trust documents in a manila folder on her lap, ready to read them aloud like a proud toast to greed. The judge asked if I was ready to proceed. I stood up. I reached into my bag, and instead of taking the folder from my mother, I placed a single document on the table in front of everyone. A certified marriage certificate, dated 3 weeks earlier, my signature already legally bound to another man's name. The room went dead silent. My mother's mouth opened and nothing came out. Silas's smile cracked down the middle like ice underfoot. My grandmother's hand flew to her chest. The judge picked up the certificate, read the date twice, and looked up at my family with an expression I will never forget as long as I live.